as far as who they are, I listed a few names that I think is the powerful elites that weren't held enough as children. Bill Gates seems to be really radically interested in how other people live their lives, telling other people how they should live their lives. Don't eat meat. Eat this fake meat that's full of crap. It's better for the environment. It's probably going to be better for you. And Bill, why do you look like shit? Mm-hmm. Well, let's not ask those questions. Okay. I control a lot of the media, so those questions won't be asked. I think Klaus Schwab is someone who deserves to be noted in the they column. And then I think they have puppets. I think a Joe Biden, a Justin Trudeau. I think they're just very weak-willed people who have been tempted by the illusion of power, which they get from their loyalty to their puppet masters. And lastly, as I put on my tinfoil hat, who else are they? I would imagine a lot of theys, behind a less than favorable agenda for humanity, which, by the way, why do you have an agenda for humanity? Like, let people live their lives. Especially these unelected people like Klaus Schwab, fuck off. But I would imagine some of the people pulling the puppet strings, we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Because the best place for evil to hide is in the darkness. Once you're aware of it, once they're in the light, if you know who they are, if power through a sense of control is the ultimate agenda inside themselves that they're looking to gratify, they know that if they are known, there's more of a threat of what they're doing and their power being taken away. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of the most powerful people running, not the Great Awakening, but the Great Reset, are people we've never heard of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, but it's something I get curious about.
No, that's a really powerful take, and
I think you're one of them.
I was actually going to say we could infiltrate, maybe to get into unassuming gingers. We could infiltrate into the World Economic Forum and maybe microdose the cups with ayahuasca, and we could fix this whole thing, right?
That actually might.
we stand a shot. Come on, there's some hope there. But no, I think that's a really powerful take, and I think for people that maybe are willing to see that uncomfortable truth, that at some level it rings true and it resonates, unfortunately. And at the same time, there are some people that, will be completely turned off by that idea. Like you said, the tinfoil hat is a character assassination attempt, right? It's like, oh, JP is a crazy conspiracy theorist. Don't listen to anything that guy says. And, we talked about this a little bit off air as you've become a father, and now actually going like, oh, now I see why people maybe rally against public school and institutions. I think a lot of this comes like all the way from back there. It's like there's an expert at the top of the class that kind of quells your intuition and says, I know best. And, that goes into the colleges and universities. And then eventually you've got Anthony Fauci or public health experts that don't look anything like health. And people haven't really been taught how to think for themselves or question things. They just mainline it into their eyeballs and say, okay, this is what we're doing now. So with that in the room, like you point this out. This is what your comedy is all about, is kind of pointing some of that out. These obviously hilarious, drastically so, things in culture. How do you, what's the hope for what you're doing? You're reaching a large audience, 3 million subscribers on YouTube and, big Instagram account. If you are fighting back in your own way, and I think it's a grassroots movement, we all must do what we can do. How do you see your position in the culture wars? How do you hope that your content, etc., is going to cause some kind of awakening?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So my hope of what my influence accomplishes and my hope for what is to happen to humanity for us to have a beautiful future is for people to awaken to the guidance of their own heart, their own critical thinking, while having the courage to let their words and actions be in alignment with that. That's my hope. There is no agenda on my part to instill a message of belief into people. We've got too much of that. We've got too much outsourced information. Here's what to believe. Here's what the thought police are telling you. I don't want to be the thought police for what I believe. God forbid I do that, because I change my mind all the time. And there's no way I'm right about 100% of what I believe in. Maybe like 41%, probably less than that. So, and even if I were somehow the smartest person in the world, I still wouldn't want to brainwash my beliefs into people. Here's the right thought. Here's the right view. Here's what you should. God gives us free will for a reason. So my hope is that people get in touch with that. People get in touch with their souls. So awakening people to feel their own hearts, let that be the primary guidance system. Use your own critical thinking and realizing we're in this amazing 3-dimensional vehicle, letting our words and actions be natural expressions from our heart's guidance and the guidance of our critical thinking. That's my hope. In other words, my hope for humanity is humanity listening to themselves.
Hello, friends. If you enjoyed that clip, then you can watch the entire thing by heading to this link over here, or you can find us wherever you find podcasts by searching Radical Health Radio. If there's value here, please hit that like button. Let us know in a comment what your biggest takeaway was, and hit subscribe. Support the show as we support you. We'll see you soon.